Hello, friends. Sorry about the zooming in and out. Okay. Just give the YouTube notification bell some time to notify people that I am now streaming, but I guess it doesn't hurt just to get started right away here, or at least watching some colors. Hello, hello. Welcome, early birds. Early birds to the live stream. It is not early for me in terms of actual time. It is 1 p.m. Hello. I don't know why. It feels like it's been a really long time since I've done a live stream. Hi, Tina. I just finished filming a workout video for our PE. Pretty exhausted. It's just the perfect way to unwind tonight. Ooh, good for you. That's awesome. Hello. My school is currently on lockdown. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Hi. Welcome, everyone. Oh my gosh. It is not a paint marker live stream without me spilling or having a marker just pool everywhere, but normally it doesn't happen right at the beginning. Wow. I'm on a fall break and it's been nice to get back to drawing. And that's so awesome. So excited for the stream. Hello. Oh my gosh. Well, if you are new to my paint marker live streams, you'll know that this happens to me at least once in every single one. But the solution, when the paint just decides to gloop out of the marker, is because it is paint. While it's still wet, you can just use a paintbrush to use it up. And this happened because I was pushing down too aggressively, but I've been a bit occupied with digital and you're helping me get back into traditional. Yay, that's awesome. I'm glad. I am a big lover of traditional art medium, so I'm happy to motivate you. Not that there's anything wrong with digital, obviously, but it is nice to switch it up if you've been using one more than the other. Because even though, like, for me, traditional art is definitely my first love, I do like switching up to digital every so often, mostly for, like, planning stuff, but planning paintings, I mean. Hi, Tina. I finally get to catch a stream. Unfortunately, it's because I'm off work from injuring my hand. Oh, no. Aw, I'm sorry you injured your hand. I'm glad that this is an upside to it, I guess. This happens to me all the time, and I can't believe I've never thought to use a paintbrush. Ta-da! Hot tip from me. I recently started trying digital, and I really like it. I loved one I made so much that I posted on my Instagram. Yay, that's awesome. Your Drawtober prompt made me realize that I actually suck at creating an original sketch that isn't a straight-up copy from a reference photo, lol. Aw, that's okay. I mean, growth and learning is... Where am I going with this? There's always going to be growing pains, right? And so while, having that realization is not fun, ultimately it will help you, on your path to maybe improving upon that or realizing that's something maybe you want to practice, right? Because I think that's kind of how drawing prompts and challenges, I think, should be kind of looked at for the most part, is seeing it as an opportunity to learn and grow from. So don't be too hard on yourself. Everything's got its own little journey. I am a little bit annoyed by it kind of leaking out from the container that I wanted it to be in, but I will potentially go over it with white maybe later if I'm really pressed on getting it to be straight. I almost never use references. Is that bad? I mean, I still improve with every sketchbook I finish, but I feel like I should be using references. Honestly, you don't have to. I think that the type of, like, references should be used if you feel like you need them, and it really does depend on the type of artwork you want to make. Yeah, if you don't need them, if you don't feel like you need them, then you don't need to. I find that because the type of artwork that I make leans much more like representative, and I don't have like a photographic memory, I do need references for many things. Like, for example, when I did this, Darth Vader helmet, I needed to look up photos of Darth Vader, or even this roller skate. In my brain, I'm like, yeah, I generally know what a roller skate looks like. But because I'm approaching it in a more representative way as opposed to a really abstract way, I find that looking at reference photos is more helpful. But I mean, some people, if they have like a really abstract art style, then they don't need it. Or I don't know, if you have like a really great photographic memory, then don't need reference photos, then don't use them. Hi, Tina, just popped in. Hello. I love Posca pens so much, but I can never stop them from tearing the paper. So my trick is I actually coat the paper with gesso first. Gesso is a painting primer, essentially, and what it does is it allows you to coat the surface of something, whether it's paper, canvas, wood, whatever, and it creates like a barrier between your medium and the surface. And so that is how I've been able to get around the tearing of the paper, because it just, no matter how smooth or how thick the paper I was using, it was always just ripping up the fibers and stuff. So yeah. The other tip is when I do the gesso primer, I sand it to make it like extra smooth. Alternative to gesso would be like a matte medium. I think that would be the best alternative. I haven't touched my sketchbook in ages, just gonna live vicariously through you. That's perfectly fine. I live vicariously through lots of people in other ways as well by watching them. Like last night when I was trying to fall asleep, I was just watching tons of Korean cafe videos of people like baking and making drinks. I have like no intention to bake, but I like watching it. I'm thinking about learning watercolor. Are there any brands that you recommend for beginners? This is always like a really tricky question for me when people are asking for like good brands for beginners, because everyone has a different budget, everyone has different availability of art supplies. So I would say if you are able to, if you have like a local art supply store near you, I would go there. And that way you can see what they carry and the prices. And at least like with my experience, art supply stores, the people working there will be able to provide like helpful advice. And obviously because they work there, they know what's available and the general price points of things. And yeah, that is my recommendation. Otherwise, I do have like a favorite art supplies video on my channel as well. I'm sipping my tea. I made some mint tea. I'm like still getting over a little bit of a cough. I had like a cold or a flu or something like a couple weeks ago, and I still have like a little bit of a cough. So I apologize if I end up coughing at some point, but I am going to try not to because I have my tea here. My problem is that I draw a little too big for the size of my sketchbook, so all of my drawings just end up being shoulder up portraits. That's okay. I mean, I find that I do that a lot too. I sometimes draw a little bit bigger than I intend to, but You could always get a bigger sketchbook if you find that you really are having trouble like scaling down. Do I want to make this the same color, a different color? So the first September favorites that I am drawing here is that I recently got new boots. These like thigh-high tall boots. They are very fun. I just find they just bring a little oomph to an outfit. Mint tea is the best. I had some really nice mint and licorice tea recently. Ooh, fun. Yeah, I have been really into mint tea. I find, I don't know, there's just something really neutral about it, I guess. I don't know. I always start my day with a coffee, but as I make my way through the day, I like to switch it up to tea. How long did it take you to be monetized? I want to start a channel soon. How long did it take? I think everyone's monetization journey is going to be different, but I think what happened was, so I was like, I want to start a YouTube channel. And then I had posted 2 videos in May of 2019, I believe it was. And then I didn't post anything like for the rest of the year up until I think December. And I posted a couple of videos in December. At that point, like, you know, I had like a little bit of viewership from like random people on YouTube finding me or from my Instagram. But come January, I had that jelly gouache video just sort of it just like popped off. And then I made like, you know, videos after that. And then I hit monetization. So who's to say if, you know, that video didn't go viral or if I had posted videos consistently the year prior. So it's hard to say, but I guess it was, you know, if we want to put like a timeline on it, it was less than a year that I got monetized, but there's so many variables that goes into monetization and just like the way that your channel will grow. Are you planning to do more scene/landscape studies soon? I want to. So I recently have been catching up on the TV show Owl House. And the thing that I love about those animated shows like Owl House, Steven Universe, Gravity Falls, I love the way that they stylize backgrounds, especially. There's just something so charming and the colors are always so nice. And so I have been thinking about doing some kind of screen cap study of backgrounds from shows like that. I don't know when though. I have like so many ideas and not enough time to fulfill all of these ideas. So we'll see when I get around to doing that, but that is something that I've been thinking about recently. Guess what? I had one of my watercolor pennies get accepted into the Rhode Island Watercolor Society juried show. Oh my God, that's awesome. Congrats. That's very cool. I'm loving the stream. This is the first one I've been to. I'm having it on in the background while I hand sew a Halloween costume for my littlest sister. Aw, so sweet. I love that. That is very, very nice of you. What is your sister being for Halloween, if I might ask? Also, I would love to know what everyone's Halloween plans are or what you're going to be for Halloween. If you are familiar with me and my channel, you'll know I love Halloween. October is easily my favorite month of the year due to the weather, my birthday, and Halloween. It's the best. I love it. I love October. This black marker is very satisfying. A 19th century vampire. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, I love that. Vampire is a classic, but I love that it's a 19th century one specifically. Hello. Halloween is my mom's birthday, so we'll probably celebrate however she wants. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I'm going to be Harl Hark Nonagimesis. I said that so wrong. I'm sorry. From the Locked Tomb series. That sounds very cool. Downtown art markets. They have lots of spooky art booths and vendors. Ooh, that sounds so fun. I love that. Yeah, there's actually like, it's so funny. There's this what do I call it? Bar that I frequent, and they are doing like a spooky vendor market, which I thought was like so random, but very fun. So I'll probably pop by that if I can as well. I started your Inktober prom. I only have 2 done so far, hoping to get more done before the month is over. That's awesome. Good for you. 2 is more than me, so you are already winning. I, for those of you who don't know, I had created a October drawing prompt list. Actually, I shouldn't call it even October because we're already halfway through the month and I have not finished one. But I will say I am working on it. I'm not going in order of the list that I made, which I purposely didn't number because I knew that I was not going to go in order. Hold on, let me pull it up here so you guys can see it. So this is the prompt list that I made. Basically, it's a bunch of mythical creatures, but I wanted to do them as pinups. I've always loved your classic American pinup, and I thought it would be a fun twist to do them, but with, these like mythical creatures. And yeah, and then, I had people, I posted it on Instagram so that people could join if they wanted to. And it's on my Instagram if you wanted to see. And I'll imagine if YouTube just decides to put ads mid live stream. Do they? I'm not sure. Your mummy is looking cute. Thank you. Yeah, actually, as a special exclusive look for all of you, this is the mummy pinup so far. I obviously decided to go with like an Egyptian theme because why not? Everyone's loving the little kitties. And yeah, it's been really nice to paint with the Daniel Smith watercolors because they're so vibrant and beautiful. I really love the moon glow. It just has like really nice granulation. And I've been using this nice Fabriano one paper. It's very, very nice. So yeah, she's coming along slowly but surely. I've decided, to accept the fact that I would rather just take my time and be a bit more diligent, I guess, on working on the prompts as opposed to rushing through them just for the sake of getting them done in October. I know it'll be probably a little bit silly to be posting spooky gals like in November and December, but you know what? It's Halloween all year round in my heart, so. Yes, the spicy Tina art era is slowly coming back. No busta. Yes, spicy era is on its way back. Absolutely. I I don't know, man. I love drawing pinup-esque things. I just think it's very fun. Okay, let's actually get this rolling. So I'm gonna do, I think, the back boot purple, so as if it's like receding back. Whoops. Just came in. Hello, everyone. Hello. What's the thing / characters that you're drawing? Oh my god, the kitties, right? I love the mummy's expression. It's like she's going, "Excuse you," or something. Yeah, I love the idea of just adding some personality to them. And yeah, so the idea for me, and you know, I think that it's great that it can be like open to interpretation, but for me, I'm sure some of you can relate to the struggle of having to zip up or tie like a dress in the back, like a zipper that's on the back. And if you're trying to do it by yourself, like the struggle is real. So that's kind of was my like cheeky take with the mummy, was that she's like struggling to wrap herself up in these bandages. So yeah, that was the idea behind it. Also, for what I'm drawing, so these are my September favorites, or at least some of the highlights, I should say. So right now I just finished up this drawing of my thigh-high boots that I got last month, which I've been really enjoying. Over here, this is the drag queens Trixie, I always called her Martel, Trixie, Mattel, and Katya. I got to see them live, and they were hilarious. The show was great. The costumes, the jokes, it was very, very fun. Trixie and Katya, yes. Two beautiful biological women. I love Trixie and Katya. Yes. They were great. I bought the tickets for me and my friend. I got the ticket for my friend as like an early birthday gift to her. And I had a great time. I used a photo of them from their book cover as reference. I have not listened or read their book yet, but maybe I shall at some point. But for context, for those of you who might not know who they are two drag queens, and they are very funny. They do lots of stuff on YouTube. I particularly like their Queens Who Like to Watch series that they do with Netflix, where they like watch movies and TV shows and do commentary. Obviously, they're their web series called is also very fun. But yeah, they recently watched Mean Girls, and I lived because I love Mean Girls. It is a favorite classic movie of mine. And Katya had never seen it before, which was wild to me. And yeah, it was funny. The way you draw shiny surfaces is so satisfying to look at. Thank you. Yeah, I love drawing shiny stuff. Oh my god, pinups, yes please. I wish I heard of the October prompts sooner. I was not inspired by any of the prompt lists this year. I skipped them. I'm definitely going to do yours though. Yay, I'm glad. Yeah, they're up on I posted them on Instagram if you want to refer back to them. I saw them in Cleveland with a coworker, and it was such a chaotic masterpiece. Yes, absolutely. That's an amazing gift. Oh yeah, thank you. Oh, I think I watched some of their YouTube video. They're hilarious. Love them. I don't know why, but I somehow agree with everything that Trixie says, the influence. I agree. Trixie has a lot of has a lot of wisdom to bestow upon us, I think. I think that I relate to or agree with a lot of what Trixie says, I think, because she is a millennial, and I am a millennial, so I think that plays a big part in why I relate to or agree with a lot of things that she says. But yeah. But yes, if you have no idea who they are, I recommend watching a couple things that they do. They're very funny. I watched the most recent one where they watched Brand New Cherry Flavor, and I forgot how traumatizing that miniseries was. Oh my gosh. I haven't watched that one yet. I should, though. Trying to decide how to approach this contour. What series are you currently into? Ooh, I've been watching a couple of things. So I've been watching Cyberpunk Edge Runner on Netflix. It's like a Netflix anime series that is based off a video game. Never played the video game, but I've been really enjoying the show. I'm 5 episodes in, I think. And then I've also been watching Ranking of Kings, which is an anime. I think I'm almost done the season. And what else have I been watching? I had started watching Sandman a little while ago, and then I stopped because it got to the diner episode, and I was like, I can't handle this. And then but I'll pick it up again, I'm sure. The weather is the best episode. The absolute chaos in that episode. So funny. A lot of the humor in that show, of course, is definitely should be credited to the editors. They are very good at what they do. Now, the next question is, what color do I want to use for her contour? This seems too dark, perhaps, but might have to. Am I bad for liking the Corinthian? I mean, honestly, no. It's a fictional character. It's fine. Sandman was such a gay series. There wasn't any couple that isn't a homosexual. I mean, probably plays into why people love it so much. People love it. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. He definitely unalived me, though. But doesn't that just add to the thrill? How do you get yourself to draw again when you're mentally/emotionally not in the right headspace? And what do you do to keep the momentum? I feel like I lost touch with all my hobbies and passions. I really empathize with you. I have definitely gone through those cycles for sure. For me, I mean, definitely taking a break to a degree is really good. Like doing things that inspire you, but isn't necessarily making art. For me, that's like watching certain movies or TV shows, looking through art books, going on walks, going to museums, just experiencing life that you find inspiring. And then, if it's been a while since you've made art and you're finding it like really daunting to get back into it, just like, you know, baby steps. Just don't put so much pressure on it. And if you start something and you work on it for like 10 minutes and you're like, oh, I can't, that's fine. You can just try again, another day, and then maybe over time it'll be 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, and then eventually, you can get back into it. But the other thing is growth in general is not linear. There's always going to be kind of ebbs and flows. So if, you find that you had like a really good art day, and you're like, okay, I'm back. This is great. I'm doing the thing. And then, the next day it doesn't go nearly as good. That doesn't mean you're like regressing. It just means you had an off day, and that's okay. And that's something that I have been trying to remind myself of as well, because I definitely have a tendency to be a bit harsh with myself if I'm not achieving the same results that I've had in the past. So, yeah. How do you get your proportions so close to perfection? I don't think my proportions are close to perfection at all. But I guess proportions. It really, I don't know. I guess it does come down to practice, which is obviously not like a fun answer, but what are like tangible tips? I guess something that helps is if you look at the thing that you're drawing inverted, like flipped. So if it's digital, you can obviously just flip it. And then if it's in person, like a physical traditional piece, you can hold it up to a mirror. I find that when you see it flipped or inverted, for whatever reason, you're able to kind of see it you can kind of spot mistakes a little easier. I've heard people like turning it upside down. I find the upside down thing doesn't help me, but flipping it does. Another thing is like to step away from it, because sometimes, we get so caught up in looking at it really, really close, but that changes our perception when you stand back from it. So just like, set it up on the wall or something and then like take a few steps back from it, or hold it up if you're drawing at an angle. It's just trying to find ways to look at it in another perspective, essentially. And I find that will help you pinpoint things that need to be fixed. Another thing is like step away from it for a little bit and come back to it. That's another option. I just got through a mentally taxing month and a half, and what I did was I basically reset my life and deleted social media and took time for myself to heal without any guilt. That's amazing. I saw that Fran Menses, they recently did like a month without social media, and I was like, that seems like a very good and healthy exercise. I'm not saying that I'm gonna do it, but I think that if for people who are finding it, you know, that social media is weighing them down or just not being very productive for them, I think that's a good thing to kind of like a good way to like detox or take a break from it. Bye, Tina. My eyes are about to shut themselves. Aw. Well, thanks for joining. Ah, yes. Okay. I feel like my markers are doing this like leaking thing more often. I think maybe because they're getting a little older, so the nibs are starting to dry a little. I don't know. Like they're getting more clogged or something, but it's okay. Thankfully, I anticipated this would happen, so I have paintbrushes and like a water jar on hand. My gosh, this tea is making me really overheated. I don't want to open the window though, because there is a lot of construction noises happening. So, oh yeah, I was talking about Halloween earlier, and I would like to mention that my friends and I are going to be going as different eras of Britney Spears for Halloween, which I'm very excited about because I think group costumes are so fun, and I feel like I don't get to do them very often, or at least I can't recall in my memory of doing a lot of group costumes. So I'm very excited about that. I'm gonna be doing the classic Baby One More Time outfit because I already have a black pleated skirt and like knee-high socks and the little floofy thingies in her hair. So it's like, I love when I don't have to buy a lot of new things for a Halloween costume, that I can just use what I have. What kind of tea are you drinking? I'm drinking a mint tea. Is someone going as 2007 Britney? Which one is 2007? I don't think so, actually, because we're all going old school. My friend wants to do the Oops, I Did It Again with like the red latex outfit, which is obviously very iconic. And then my other friend, she's going in a unconventional route, and she wants to do like Mickey Mouse Club Britney, like when she was a kid. My other friend, she might be doing a toxic outfit. I think the blue Flight of Town outfit is like the best from that music video, but she wants to do the one where she's like in the red wig and like the black outfit, which is a bit more subtle, but still very fun. Relaxing before work. Glad to be here. Thank you for joining. Yeah, I just saw your Trixie and Katya sketch on Insta. Yay! Yes, I saw them live last month, and it was fantastic. It was a great show. It was so much more than what I was expecting as well. Like, it wasn't just a stand-up, or it wasn't just lip syncing. It was like they did like any and everything. It was really good. They did all the things. I think what color eyes does Trixie even have? Not that you can even see her eyes anyways. So maybe it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna make them brown, like a really dark brown. Hi, Tina. I'm a little late, but it's okay. Love your streams, by the way. Yay, thank you for joining. Late is better than never. And honestly, I don't know. I guess I have been, I've been streaming for 40 minutes. It doesn't feel like that long, though, already. Okay, so while that dries, I am going to do... Oh, nope. The lips are definitely still wet. Okay. I guess the hair next, or the shirt. I'll do the shirt. Ooh, this neon pink is very fun. Wow, that is very bright. Amazing. Really enjoying your art. It's midnight here, by the way. Oh, wow. So late. So you are on, it's like almost 12-hour difference for me. I'm thinking about what to draw right now. So many options. Hey Tina, sorry I'm late. I just joined. No problem. Who's your favorite character from Jujutsu Kaisen? Are you excited for the new season? I am so excited for the new season. Yes, I did read ahead in the manga. Like, I'm not like up to date with the manga, but I have read ahead because when the first season ended, I was like, I need to know. So I generally know what happens, although it's been a while since I read it, so I'm sure I'm pretty fuzzy, but I'm still like gonna be so hyped for it. Who is my favorite character? That is a good question. I think if you asked me like a year ago, I would have said Gojo, like no problem. But I think it might be Nanami, perhaps. That show has so many great characters though, so I'm sure that as the series goes on, I'll keep changing my mind on who my favorite is, but yeah, I love them all, really, but I think Nanami might be my favorite right now. Okay, let's see. I always have a really hard time with blonde hair. In general, but especially with paint markers, because I don't want them to be a yellow blonde. And I am working with like a limited color palette here in terms of what I've got on hand. So we'll see. By the way, happy belated birthday. Thank you so much. For those of you who don't know, my birthday passed. It was on October 3rd, aka Mean Girls Day. So I'm glad I managed to catch your stream. I've been itching to try and draw Momo, now thinking about it. Oh my god, I would be honored. Please tag me on Instagram if you do. What brand of markers are you using? I'm using Posca and Molotow, which I've linked in the description. RIP to the guy who played the best character in Harry Potter, RIP Hagrid. Robbie Coltrane passed away? What? That's so sad. Aw. Have you seen the new season of My Hero Academia? Wait. I think I'm up to date, right? Is the 5th season was the last one? I've been seeing like trailers and previews, I think, for the 6th season. So that's like it's like coming out, right? Yes. My Hero Academia is actually also one that I like read ahead on. So I sometimes get like a little bit mixed up in where the story is in the anime versus what I've read in the manga. I'm not caught up on that one either, but I'm like pretty far ahead from the anime. But I will watch that when it comes back out. The 6th, I think it's the 6th season that's supposed to come out. Hi everyone, so glad to make it to the stream. Yay! Have you ever watched Legend of Korra? Yes, wow, the chat is popping off, friends. Hello. I'm trying to keep up. Yes, love Nobara. She's a badass bitch, and we all love her. Nanami is amazing, yes. Don't blame you, Nanami is husband material, right? Aw, we love Megumi too. Blonde is so hard on acrylic pens and alcohol markers. Yes, agreed. Because you don't want it to be like yellow, unless you're drawing like Naruto or something. But hi, Tina. Hope you're doing well. Do you have any tips for a good neon color pencil? I'm having a hard time to find a good one and saw you use some in one of your videos. Yes, the ones that I really like are the Prismacolor. They only have like 4 or so. I mean, that's just generally how fluorescents go, but I have 3 here. The yellow, pink, and orange Prismacolor. I really love them. Very fun to use. I have seen Legend of Korra. I've watched the, oh gosh, paint's still wet. I watched Legend of Korra when it aired, so it's been a very long time since I've seen it. I enjoyed it, but not in the same way as Avatar. Like Avatar, The Last Airbender, I've rewatched many, many, many times, whereas Korra, I've never felt like super compelled to go back to. I love season 6 is out now. Oh no, is it? Whoops. Okay. I will watch it at some point. I'm surprised that Crunchyroll didn't recommend it to me. What's your top 3 Halloween movies? Ooh, first one that comes to mind is Hocus Pocus. I also love Beetlejuice, and what's the third? The Craft. Oh, or the Addams Family Values, right? No, I'll go with The Craft. I think I've seen The Craft more. No, I've probably seen the Addams Family Values more. The one with Joan Crawford. Not Joan Crawford. Yes, Joan Crawford? Am I thinking of the right person? Hold on. Nope, not Joan Crawford. Joan Cusack. There we go. Wrong Joan. Joan Cusack. When Joan Cusack is the villain. Yeah, Addams Family Values. Oh, so fun. Your birthday is also Full Metal Alchemist Day. Oh my god, you're right. I forgot. Man, I am so lucky. Yes, you are correct. It's the date that he etches into his watch, his pocket watch. I remember I posted about that last year. I forgot about that this year. Any Zuko fans? Who isn't a Zuko fan? Zuko is the best. Zuko is a god. Sokka is technically my favorite character from Avatar, but Zuko for sure has like the absolute most epic character arc ever. My first time chatting here, but it's so cool. We share the same birthday. Bang Chan from Stray Kids is an October 3rd baby as well. Yes. Oh my god. I did. So on my birthday, I posted about the Mean Girls thing, and I also did post about Bang Chan as well, because I had found out that his birthday was October 3rd. Also, happy belated birthday to you as well. But yes, I was very excited about that, because I was like, oh my god, my love. October 3rd. What a great day, apparently. I'm imagining Momo bullying Ed from Fullmetal Alchemist. Friendship bullying, of course. That would be very funny. I could see that for sure. They're both fiery characters. My zodiac, my sun sign is Libra. We are in Libra season. And then my rising is Virgo, and my moon is Leo. I don't know the rest. That's the extent of my zodiac knowledge. The color pencils are like smudging like crazy with this color, but it's okay. Have you seen Hocus Pocus 2? I haven't yet. I've been meaning to, though. I've been thinking about whether or not I wait to watch it with a friend and slash like a little bit closer to Halloween. I would love to know if people liked it or not. It seemed sort of, I was like pretty surprised to hear about it just because it's been so long since the first one. But I mean, I guess we are in the era of reboots, revivals, revisits, and Hocus Pocus is obviously amazing. So not entirely surprised, I guess, maybe. I don't know, in the grand scheme of things. But in any case. I'm just going to top up my tea. I'll be right back. Do I have my be right back sign? Hold on. Yes, I do. Okay. I'll be quick, I promise. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm back. All right. And I switched into shorts because this tea is making me really overheated. Okay. I liked it. Okay, that's good. I thought Hocus Pocus 2 was better than the first. I said what I said. Wow, okay. Bold statements. Glad I could make it to live stream. Yay! Have you ever listened to 5 Seconds of Summer? Have I? I probably have. I haven't like actively listened to them, but I'm sure that I have heard them on the radio or somewhere because I've definitely heard of that band. They're pretty popular from my understanding, but as you might not be able to tell, I'm not familiar with them, but yeah. I think I might just yeah, we're just gonna go full neon with the lips. Not that Trixie really does neon lips usually, but we're just gonna do it anyway because it looks, or does she? Maybe. She's like more of a neutral gal most of the time, but. I'm looking forward to watching this Hocus Pocus 2 now. That is a very bold statement to say you liked it more than the first. So that makes me extra curious. Oh my god, Tracy Martell, yes. I haven't seen it yet. Love the enthusiasm. Tracy Martell, a biological woman. We stan. Okay, while the hair dries, I think I am going to, oh, actually, let me do the shadow in the eyes here. Voila. It's Lady Gaga in the middle? No, it's Trixie Mattel, but I can definitely see why you might think that. Like the hair it does feel reminiscent of Lady Gaga's like Just Dance era. but it is Trixie Mattel, who is a drag queen that I got to see live last month. Very fun. Hold on, let me pull it up. This is them. I'm using a reference from their Tracy Wishes. Absolutely. Are you going to draw Katya? Yep, Katya's right here. Yeah, this is from their book that I'm using as a reference because I figured it was, I liked that they were sort of facing each other-ish. Where did my black marker go? Where did I put it? What the heck? Did I put it back? I am so confused. Oh, there it is. Actually, maybe I will want this one. They look so cute together. Have you on my computer to watch and my phone to comment. Aw, thank you. I'm glad. Hi, just got yourself another subscriber because it's looking so good. Yay, thanks so much for subscribing. I appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the vibes that we have curated here. As someone who has no intentions of being a drag queen, I do watch Trixie's makeup videos a lot. I just find her really entertaining. And honestly, like, the reviews can be helpful in to some degree. Wow, that black eyeliner really does, like, bring it all together. Em reminded me to like the stream. My bad. Aw, well, thank you. I really like the drag makeup. Oh my god, now I need to draw some drag queens. Yes! Drag queen makeup is so fun. Is this illustration all made with paint pens? If so, that's impressive. It is, it is. Yeah, all paint markers. Yes. I also recommend Kimchi if you are looking for other drag queen makeup inspos. Kimchi and Naomi Smalls as well. I find both of their makeup like very, very cool. This like base beigey color it's working for me. The next question now is what other color I'll use to kind of shade it. This marker, I always try to use it, but I never end up liking it. It's just too, I don't know. But I might, let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it's too like, it's like not even yellow. It's like leans kind of almost green. It's like kind of sickly looking, the color. Yeah, I might just need to get it out of my sight so I don't use it anymore. Yeah, too mustardy. Yeah, it's just not doing it. It has like a 60s vibe. Like I think that's like the only time it'll work, which I guess technically Trixie does really like a 60s vibe, but not for the hair color. So I'll have to figure something else. I cracked my phone for the first time yesterday. No, that's so sad. Aw. Not a Tinder bot, but Tina, are you single? Is there a Tinder bot? Oh no. Wait. Oh, not a Tinder bot. Not a Tinder bot. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. I thought there was one. Now I'm like, oh god, I need a moderator. Can you please tell the monthly spreads I'm so late? Don't worry. Actually, I haven't really talked about them much, except for the ones I've drawn. So, first monthly favorite is my thigh-high boots. Second monthly favorite here is Trixie and Katya live that I got to see last month. Drag Queens. Amazing show. Up here, this is actually an urn to represent the audiobook that I listened to by Jeanette McCurdy. Her memoir which is very infamously titled, I'm Glad My Mom Died. That is the title of her book, not not a saying from me. But it was fascinating. It was a really sad, heartbreaking, but really interesting novel, autobiography, memoir, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it was really interesting. And then this, it says Be the Sun. And this is going to represent the 17 concert that I went to, which was incredible. Probably one of my favorite concerts I've ever been to. There's 13 members, so I wasn't going to draw all 13. So I figured I would just do kind of the branding concept image for this concert, which, you know, the album is called Be the Sun. So that's what that's going to be. But in terms of the live stream and drawing, like the Trixie and Katya portraits are going to be the most interesting for sure. Maybe a really light brown for her hair. Yeah, the thing is, I don't have a light brown, which I really need to, I'm realizing as I kind of go through these illustrations. I definitely need a light brown because this happens so often. Let's see, what about this weird peachy? Okay, yeah, this actually might do. Okay. I don't know why I said it was weird. I use this color all the time. Yes, okay. I think this is the one, friends. I'll have to wait for this to dry and then I'll like go over it again so that it's not so patchy and weird, but I think that is the winner. It's like a similar, I guess the reason why I didn't want to use it was because it's so similar to the skin tone. I think it actually might be the same color, but anyway, I think this is how it's going to go. Love drawing drag queens, right? So fun. The makeup, the fashion. And it's just so extra, which I love. Yeah, I think if I do like a shadow underneath the bangs, that'll help separate the bangs from her face. And then maybe with this, I'll just like kind of keep it a little vague because it's getting into like the title. So yeah. Just have to say, love your channel and Pipa and Drawing with Waffles. You're all comfort channels. Yay. Thank you. I love Pipa. I watch her videos all the time. Every time she releases a new video, I watch it like immediately. And she's so sweet. Drawing with Waffles, I've definitely seen like a handful of her videos, and I do really like her energy. And I think that like I think she kind of focuses on like a lot of like character design, right? I think that's great. But yeah, Pipa and I are like mutuals on YouTube and Instagram and stuff, so that's why I'm like hyping her up so much. Okay, let's see. Oh, yes. Can you share some tips on Inktober? I feel so unmotivated for it. Honestly, try to not put so much pressure on yourself and like just realize that it is like a totally self-imposed project. If you know, don't get around to as many as you would like, that's perfectly okay. Like, take it from me, we are halfway through October and I literally haven't finished one yet personally, and I made my own prompt list to boot. So and you know, I've definitely felt some like waves of disappointment in that fact, but at the end of the day, like, inspiration and motivation comes and goes, and I think for me, I would rather make illustrations that I like really put time and effort into and put them out late, as opposed to rushing them just to get them out at a certain time, specifically because these are like a self-imposed project. When it comes to obviously like sponsorships, YouTube videos that are like, yeah, like being sponsored, my Patreon stuff, like all of that stuff has to come out at a very specific time. And that's when I really have to like push myself. But I'm motivated because I know that money and people are relying on that for me to meet that deadline. But for something like Inktober, or in my case, like my pinup drawing challenge or whatever, that's just like, that's something that I have decided for myself. So I don't need to beat myself up over the fact that it's already October 14th and I haven't finished one yet. So I have to go get ready for work, but it's been fun hanging out. Thanks for joining. Enjoy. Have a good day at work. View as an experiment and have fun. Yes, absolutely. I love drawing Adore Delano, Taste, Bosco, Bimini, Bon, Boulash. Ooh, very good choices. I love all of those queens. I personally have drawn Adore Delano myself, actually. She is definitely one of my faves. I follow her on Instagram. She is just so endearing and charming, and I for so long, I mean, I don't do it as often, but I used to always say like, I'm a Libra, party, because of Adore Delano, and because I am a Libra also. Let me pull it out. I have a drawing of her. Hold on. Do I have it on hand? Maybe. I think so. Pretty sure it's in this sketchbook. I have a sketchbook tour of this sketchbook on my channel. Is it not the sketchbook? Oh, maybe it's not. Oh, I think it's this sketchbook, which also I have a sketchbook tour on on my channel. Oh, there she is. There she is. It's not like her typical Adore Delano look. It was I think it was a photo shoot that she did for like one of her albums or something. I think that's what it was. But I did use a photo of her as a reference. Okay, let's get to line arting. Ooh. I do not like these. The plastic nib is so scratchy. Okay, we are going to use a fine liner instead. Oh, actually, something that, how far are you in the sketchbook? Also love the art. Thank you so much. I am actually well, maybe not very. I'm pretty close to being done this sketchbook, which is pretty exciting. That's what we've got left here, but I have not finished every single spread like prior to that. So it'll still take some time, but I am like, I could finish this year, which is very exciting. And it'll be probably my most satisfying sketchbook tour for sure. When, when I finish it. So we're pretty close. Doing these monthly favorites and like live streams, I think has really helped me stay on track with actually getting stuff in the sketchbook done, because I am pretty bad for finishing sketchbooks in like a timely manner because I'm always like flip-flopping between so many different ones slash like I don't know, I don't have a history of being much of a active sketchbook person, I guess. So I'm feeling pretty excited to get this done. But, oh, what I was going to say is I have been thinking about opening up a podcast here on my Patreon page. For those of you who are already on my Patreon page, they might know about it already. But because I don't know, I got inspired by other creators who have Patreon that offer podcasts, and I really like listening to like just people talking in the background. Like I often will play YouTube videos for that manner. Like I'm not necessarily always paying attention to what's happening in the video as much. I'm like off doing other things. So yeah, I got inspired specifically by Lee Alexin because I'm a patron of hers, and she recently started doing podcasts on her Patreon. And they're just like super chill, casual, just talking about random things, asking, for like questions from her audience, and you know, just like updating and telling people what she's been up to. And I just really like that idea and that format, and it's like very simple. So yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts if you have any. I think what I would do is it would be a new tier. So right now I have a $2 tier that's just like tips essentially, a $5 tier that gets you access to like all the digital content and exclusive videos and stuff. And then I have higher tiers for like physical rewards. So I think the podcast tier, I would maybe have it at $3 so that if people just want the podcast, and they can, and then they can just upgrade to the $5 if they want the videos and other stuff too. Because I have had people in the past tell me that they ask me if I have a podcast or would consider starting one. And I know a lot of people use, especially these live streams, as just like noise in the background, essentially, or just like a way to like keep them company. So a podcast would essentially serve as the same purpose. There just wouldn't be a visual attached to it. Oh, it's from her Club 27 video. Love that song. Oh, right. Yes, you're right. It's been so long since I've seen that music video. So you are correct. Oh my God, you should totally have a podcast. Your voice is perfect for it. So calm and clear, super therapeutic. Okay, I'm glad that you think so. I love this idea. Thank you, Kimber. Thank you. I'm so glad. I'm a little bit I was like originally thinking about starting the podcast like this month, but because I got sick, and because I was like trying to do am trying to do the mythical pinup stuff, I was like maybe adding a new thing to my to-do list is not the right time right now. But I'm thinking potentially November. The holiday season, like rolling up, is kind of tricky because I think a lot of people will be wanting to, allot their money for like spending on gifts and things like that. So I don't know if like opening up a podcast here right now is necessarily the right time, but at the same time, they'll be there regardless. And then, when people want to jump in, there'll be like lots of podcasts backlogged for them to listen to anyway. So yeah, maybe I'll just do it anyway. We shall see. Thanks for showing the Adore sketch. So effing cool. Thank you. I'm glad. Art podcasts are so hard to find for some reason. You definitely should do one. I play your old live streams for background noise and to help me sleep sometimes. I mean that as a compliment. Thank you. I definitely appreciate your company on a Friday workday. Yay. And because I know it supports you by giving more viewing hours. If I'm going to have something playing, might as well contribute to someone I wish the best for. Aw, you're so sweet. Thank you. My birthday is in 20th November. Such an unconventional time. I mean, it's one of those things where you don't get to choose. My one friend, her birthday is Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, which I can imagine would be frustrating because everyone is busy and you can't spend time with your friends and celebrate in the way that you would normally. So every year I always like make a point to wish her a happy birthday, because I know that people are always so like preoccupied with the holidays and stuff and, you know, Merry Christmases and stuff. So I always make sure I'm like, happy birthday, friend. It's your day too. But yes, I have had, I've had people tell me that my videos help them sleep, put them to sleep, which I'm so like surprised by, I guess, because I never set out to make my content like calming and or relaxing. I just and especially because for like my really close friends, I don't think they would describe me as calming and relaxing. I can be pretty chaotic, but I'm glad that my videos can serve you in a beneficial way, whatever it may be. Whether it's like, yeah, company or to help you sleep or relax, like whatever it is, I'm happy to provide that content for you. I didn't change my username yet, but it literally means that I was born on Christmas. Aw. Tina, I love your makeup. What is your favorite brand? Oh, thank you. Makeup. I love ColourPop. I think that's probably the brand that I have the most makeup from. I actually have like a cart that I'm debating on placing an order for because right now they're doing free shipping on international orders, no minimum. So I really love ColourPop. What else? Yeah, I don't know. I think that's like the one brand that I always kind of come back to or have the most stuff from. I obviously have like makeup from other brands, but I just like am drawing a blank for some reason. But yeah, if everyone is into makeup and want to treat themselves or do some early holiday shopping or something, ColourPop is doing free shipping right now. Sorry to your wallets. Quick, the most chaotic thing you've done, YouTube appropriate, of course. Yes, let's see. YouTube appropriate. Trying to think. I mean, the thing that comes to mind really is my friend and I, we have done 2 videos on my YouTube channel where we draw characters from memory. So we did a Disney one and we did a Ghibli one, and we put like a bunch of characters' names in a bin, and we blindly like picked them and drew them from memory. And those videos, I've edited them down like significantly, but we are very chaotic. I think I am the most chaotic when I'm with her because we're like super tight and we just have like a very judgment-free friendship. So yeah, I guess like, yeah, maybe the most chaotic, honestly, is like when she and I, it's just the 2 of us hanging out in my apartment, drinking wine, and we're watching anime or like K-pop music videos, and we just go feral. And it's a very simple but fun time. Is that Trixie? It is. It is. I mean, sometimes I sleep to your videos. Oh, I've gone to sleep with your videos too. Sometimes if autoplay is on, I end up waking up during your live streams if you get excited about something. I'm sorry. But it is true. As soon as like something very specific is mentioned, like a niche interest that I have, I just like get fired up, which is why I talk about how I'm like surprised when people say I'm relaxing, because sometimes I can have a chaotic energy. But in any case, I think it helps me sleep because it kills the silence, like how some people sleep with the fan on. Yes, yeah, I think people like just that constant kind of noise in the back. Like people sometimes like fall asleep with the TV on and things like that, or like white noise sounds or ocean sounds or something. Have you tried 3 Ina? It's nice. I've been wanting to. I see it at like the K Beauty and J Beauty stores around. So I am curious to try that. Friends you can go feral with are the best. I agree. I agree. Friendship you need friends like that, where you can just be completely yourself and not have any judgment at whatever it is that you are going to be ridiculous about. When you saw Trixie and Katya live, what was the best part? Ooh, honestly, I think my favorite part was the Canada specific jokes. I always appreciate it when I go to a live experience and people do that, because it feels, it has that extra personal touch. And so, they made comments about Tim Hortons. They made a joke about Kitchener. Trixie did like a very quick rendition of, like, very, very quickly covered an Avril Lavigne song. Yeah, very, very fun. Very cute. Sorry I'm late. I had to restart my computer. Wi-Fi was being laggy. Oh no, I'm glad that you were able to get it sorted. When I saw 17, which is the favorites at the bottom here, they also did some like Toronto specific shout outs, or Canadian. Vernon he sang a little bit of Skater Boy, which was so cute because he loves Avril Lavigne, so I thought that was adorable. And then DK wore a like Toronto Blue Jays jersey at one point, and he had basically said he bought it when he was in Korea so that he could wear it at the Toronto show, which I just thought was the cutest thing ever. Hey, how are you? I'm really happy that I didn't miss this one. Hello, welcome. I'm glad that you were able to join. I am good. I've been recovering from a little bit of a cold, just like a common seasonal cold. So I am been like making my way through some tea. I might actually go grab my cough drops because my throat is a little bit sore from all this talking. Hold on. Okay, downside is you might hear me like with this cough drop in my mouth, but I'm determined to endure this live stream with you guys because I'm enjoying myself regardless of this sore throat. So I got my shop order Wednesday, and it's also beautiful and perfect. Thank you so much. Your packaging is chef's kiss. Oh my god, thank you so much for ordering. I really appreciate it. When I saw them, Kelly Mantle slapped her hands so hard together when she was dressed as the Klarma CEO. All of them dropped the character, and a bird laughed for like 5 minutes. That is amazing. I do love those moments too. I agree. When they break character or like something happens, I love that. There was a bit that kind of ran through the whole thing when So Trixie, when she first comes out in the like sparkly robe, and she comes out and she like says a few lines and then she stops. She's like, hold on. She was like, this is the first audience that has not hyped me up when I've come out in this robe. And then so obviously the entire audience was like, woo. And then because of that, every time she came out in a different outfit, people were just like so loud and extra. And she was just like, okay, guys, I get it now. Okay. So that was very funny. That's good. I'm sorry you have a cold and I hope it goes away soon. Thank you so much. Also have a cold and it's been pretty bad. Couldn't draw for over a week now. Oh no, I'm sorry. Seasonal allergies, not seasonal allergies. I mean, those suck too, but seasonal colds and stuff are just so annoying because it's hard to avoid. But I guess in my defense, I suppose, or I don't know, I have been very fortunate to have not gotten sick for like the past couple of years. I think a lot of the fact due to me working from home now. So I'm just like not, exposed to the elements and people nearly as much as someone who used to work retail where I was amongst people all the time. But the weather changes definitely affect me pretty easily because like my skin gets super dry and everything. So yeah, it was inevitable, unfortunately. But I hope you get better soon so that you can go about your life and draw again. Bye, Tina. I have to take out my Pomeranian. Let me know when you want to get married. I'll let you know. Enjoy having your walk with your Pomeranian. Have you seen Cyberpunk Edge Runners? Yes. Well, okay, I'm 5 episodes in, and I love it. The animation is so cool. The colors and the sets are like so vibrant and satisfying to look at. Definitely giving me like slight Blade Runner vibes, which obviously, that like Cyberpunk Neo Tokyo vibe is why. But yeah, I've been really enjoying it. I am looking forward to watching the rest. Do you consume true crime content? I don't actually. True crime, horror, that's kind of like a genre that I don't touch. I'm much too easily spooked. So, and on top of that, I live alone. So I think that would just not be a good idea for me. But if you like kind of spooky / true crime content, I would recommend my 2 old coworkers. What's their podcast called? Spooky Bitches? Spooky Pod? Something like that. They've been running a true crime spooky podcast for quite a few years now, actually. It's ragweed allergy season for me. What is that, Grace? What is ragweed? Does that explain why I'm sneezing all the time? Or I'm sneezing a lot in the morning. Also, hi, Grace. Thoughts on Chainsaw Man? I'm thinking of starting it. Oh my god! Okay. Chainsaw Man. I obviously had heard about it a lot on through my mutuals on Instagram and stuff. Because people love the manga. I have never read the manga, but I was interested to see what the hype was all about when the first episode aired like 2 days ago or whatever it was. And oh my god, it's so cool. So I definitely recommend it if you're into like action shonen series. It is very violent and gory, so if you're not into that, then I wouldn't caution. But it's cool. I'm excited for the rest. So what are your favorite characters from Demon Slayer? Ooh, initially it was Inosuke, and then Gyu Tomioka. But now, like, now that they're like rolling out all the arcs with the Hashira, the other Hashiras, it's like, oh my god, they're all great. I really enjoyed Tengen, obviously Rengoku as well. So, needless to say, I'm not very loyal, it seems, when it comes to Demon Slayer. Kind of all over the place with them. I like them all. I don't know what ragweed is, but my nose is running all the time. Oh no. Runny nose too. It's giving me so much headache, literally, and otherwise. Oh no. Awful. We're all just suffering, aren't we? All suffering together, friends. How do you find the motivation to draw and what to draw? What to draw is a little bit easier, I think. This monthly favorites thing has been kind of great in terms of taking the like some of the brain work out of what to draw like once a month because I'm like I just have to be like, what were the favorite things I liked this month? And then that's like how the subjects come to be. And then motivation with these anyway, I've pretty much live streamed every single one this year. So knowing that it's going to be a live stream helps motivate me as well. I guess like motivation, I find if you have something else going on in the background and you're working on it at the same time, I find that helps the engagement. So for me, obviously, it's like interacting with you guys on live stream, but when I'm not doing that, I also really enjoy listening to other YouTube videos like playing in the background or movies, TV shows, podcasts, whatever, audiobooks. Because that way, like, I'm still being entertained while I'm drawing. And I find that helps me just like stay on task / keep me engaged. Because if I'm just drawing, I get bored, right? Like I'll get bored of it or get distracted really easily by like, you know, just pausing to check my Instagram or something. If I'm like really demotivated that day, unmotivated, there we go. So yeah, I find that like finding ways to entertain yourself while you're drawing at the same time helps. Like, I know a lot of people put my live streams on while they're working, because that way they just have like, you know, some kind of background noise, something engaging happening in the background while they're cleaning or working on a drawing or something. Cyberpunk Edge Runners is amazing. I need to draw every girl in it. Yes, the character designs are so cool. I love the main gal's hair. It's so fun. I forget her name right now because I'm watching too many things at the same time. But I always love like a asymmetric haircut. I think it's so cool. Chainsaw Man. Yeah, I want to draw Pochita. He's so cute. Yeah, me too. I can't choose the one character. Also great. Yes, I agree. And it's like Demon Slayer, it's like not just the characters themselves, but like the character designs are amazing. Everyone is so distinct and recognizable. It's very good. I always draw listening to podcasts. Yeah, right? I always need something going on. First episode was so good, and it's just like the manga so far. I'm so happy. Ooh, that's good to know. Yeah, the animation, the way that it's like storyboarded, I guess. It's just like it's so interesting. And like that's a solid first episode. It's very compelling. Chainsaw Man, I mean. I found your friend's podcast. It's called That's Spooky. Thanks for the recommendation. Looking forward to diving in. Yes, thank you. Okay, good job. Good job finding it. That's spooky. Yes, that is correct. Yeah. I haven't actually listened to it again because I don't I would get too spooked from it. But they're very funny people. And I'm sure that the podcast is great. I really like this beigey marker. It works really well for the blonde hair. It was like a slightly newer marker edition, so I'm glad I got it. Downside, because it's a light color, it's like really mixing in with the colored pencil, but c'est la vie. Is that an urn on the top right? Yes, it is. I mentioned earlier, so one of my favorites in September was Jeanette McCurdy's memoir, which is titled I'm Glad My Mom Died. And on the book cover, it's her holding an urn. So that's what that is. It was a really insightful, heartbreaking, but very interesting book. Sorry, friends. If you read, what's your favorite book / author? I actually don't read a lot, even though I just mentioned a book, but I listened to the audiobook. I wish I was someone who read a lot, but unfortunately I'm just not. Have you been watching Drag Race UK season 4? It's been a good season so far. I have not seen it yet. I remembered really loving season 2 and 3 of UK. Wait, which one seasons have I seen? The season with like, yeah, Bimini, Taste, that season was like so good. I loved that season. It's so hard to keep up with all the Drag Race stuff because there's so many iterations and countries, and like I haven't even seen like the newest Canada season, which I feel a little bad about because I'm from Canada. But yeah, the last season I watched was the All Stars winner season, which was just like the American Drag Race, which was very fun because I loved seeing all of my faves come back. Where is, I need a light blue. Oh, here. Is this the right color though? Hold on. Is that the color I want to use? Maybe. There's also this. I really want to draw some... I really want some drawings for Demon Slayer style. Oh, I've done lots of Demon Slayer drawings, actually. Where is my sketchbook? I have quite a few Demon Slayer drawings, and I have them as prints in my shop. The shop's not open at the moment, but it will be again in November. But let's see. Let me zoom you guys out. There we go. So here's Zenitsu, Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Nezuko. And I have a Demon Slayer live stream actually where I did like a spread drawing a bunch of Demon Slayer characters too. Hey Tina, I made it. Hello, welcome. I'm glad. Okay, there's also this color which is like more purpley. Maybe I'll use both colors actually. I think Katya's eyes are blue. I'm pretty sure they are. I forgot this was a live stream. That's understandable about the whole reading thing. Life can put you on different paths at different times for different things. Yeah, I feel like there was like a hot second in my youth that I was that I really like to read. So I was, you know, due to my age, I was living through, you know, the Twilight era. So I was like obsessed with Twilight when I was in high school, and all like those YA books. So I like loved The Hunger Games, The Mortal Instruments, obviously loved Harry Potter. You know, if I was like 16, I'm sure I would have been obsessed with Shadow and Bone. I mean, I loved the TV show, and like a part of me was like, should I read Shadow and Bone, or, you know, the so anyway, like YA genre was definitely like the thing that I consumed the most when I was like a teenager. I was just thinking, dang, I need this color for painting blonde hair, right? It is... Oh yeah, it's literally just beige. That's the name for this Posca marker. It's just beige. Have you watched the Sailor Moon movie? If you did, what are your thoughts on it? Like the new one? I have not seen the new one. I have like a deep, undying love for Sailor Moon. But I like tried to watch the new series. I got into like maybe the 3rd season or so. And I don't know, it just wasn't the same for me, as someone who grew up with the 90s iteration of it. I know that the newer one was like staying closer or truer to the manga, but I don't know, I'm really like so attached to the original anime from the 90s, so I couldn't like fully get into it. Aesthetics are everything. I just started reading again since school. That's awesome. I love that for you. It's so nice to return to hobbies that you used to have. Almost like, you know, like rekindling an old friendship. I love that. Relatable, I was the same. Every time I watch a great show or movie that's a book, I'm tempted to read the books, but my attention span has become non-existent with reading. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's my attention span that has degraded in terms of not being able to sit down and read books. I think that's why like audiobooks is like the best method for me, even though I don't even listen to that many, but because with audiobooks you can do other things at the same time. The All-Stars winners was so amazing. Yeah, right? I've been reading like crazy since 2020, but have barely been drawing, which used to be my main hobby. Lost passion for it lately. That's okay. I think, you know, like I said, like it's, you can return, you can come back to drawing anytime. It'll be waiting for you. It's not going to go anywhere. So, and that's okay, right? Like for like hobbies and interests to like come and go. We're always changing. Obviously for me, I've made drawing my career, so that's not something that I can just stop unless I wanted to make money otherwise in a different way. But I think I just need to start listening to audiobooks. Yeah, I think that's my mode lately. The actor that played Hagrid, Robbie Coltrane, passed away today. Rest in peace to an absolute icon. I saw someone else mention that earlier in the stream. That's really sad. I thought he was so perfect as Hagrid, like truly. Where do I want to go from here? Let's see. I guess maybe I'll let that dry and I'll work on this at the top. The urn. Yeah, I can't do books these days, but like listening to audiobooks while drawing. That's okay. Something about physical books hits different for me. Oh yeah, definitely. I prefer to read like a physical book as opposed to like a tablet or something. I know a lot of people really like having like an e-reader because obviously it saves space from having to have you know, shelves and shelves of books, but I do agree that like there's just something really special about holding and reading a physical book. But I guess, you know, the benefit of the library, you don't have to keep the book. You can just have it, read it, and let someone else read it. I'm sorry, I gotta go. It's 1 p.m. at night at my place, but I want to watch you. I'll have the live stream back up, or up when it's done, so you can watch it back later, so no worries. Any conventions or art events planned for the near future? Not the near future. I did reapply for Montreal Comic Con and Fan Expo that I did this year, so I'll be doing those again next year, but that's obviously not for a while. So yeah, nothing upcoming for the rest of this year, which I'm okay with. I think for me, I've realized that conventions, while I really enjoy doing them, I find that like doing like a handful of year is like perfect, because they are like pretty exhausting to do. And also like the return, like I think it can be if I wanted to be doing events in different countries or different places, like I'm not sure what the cost and profit would look like if I had to, you know, get a plane and like ship all my supplies, like all my stock and stuff like that, which I know a lot of people do, but I'm not sure if that's for me. It sounds like really hectic. But yeah, I know it would probably make sense for me to apply for stuff for the holiday season, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay to just chill. I've been trying to go back to reading lately, but I just can't find the kind of stories I like, or most of the time it's translation. It's sad because we lose the writing style. Oh, that's a bummer. I wonder, is there a thing, there must be, like, a thing where you can, like, look at recommendations based off of something you already like. I'm sure there's a website or a place where you can find that. Conventions sound very stressful and having to figure out how much stock to order. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of work and not for everybody, but I do find that the experiences that I've had, and like specifically the experiences that I get to have with people that people buying my work is just so special and like really unique, that it's worth it in the end for me. And also like being able to connect with other artists is really fun too. And also just like the, the vibe, the environment, like the nerdy fandom culture is fun to be around as well. And the cosplays, always so impressed by the cosplays that I see. But yes, it's a lot to do to table at conventions. I just ordered all the Jujutsu Kaisen manga books. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. That is very exciting. I'm very excited for you. Lightbox Expo is this weekend. Would you ever want to go? I saw, yeah. I have my friend Yana, aka Cosmic Spectrum, is at Lightbox Expo this weekend. And a lot of artists that I follow have been posting about that. Like I was mentioning earlier, the idea of like going to a convention internationally sounds really cool. To like, meet a different audience in person, but just like all of the logistics of it really make me nervous, like having to ship my supplies and stock over, and then having to like fly and all these things. So I don't know. It sounds really cool in theory, but I'm not sure. I'm not gonna say never though. I think Storygraph recommends books from the stuff you like. Okay, that's perfect. So the person who is saying that they're struggling to find things that they like, maybe check that out. Okay, so now we can actually let me do okay. And maybe this as well, just to, I think the red feels a little bit. Oof, sorry guys. Okay. Lightbox is a convention for artists, so what about going as an attendee? Oh yeah, I guess that's true. I wonder how much it is. Yeah, it's in LA, right? I've been to LA once before. I have been thinking about been wanting to go back for just like as a trip. So that is possible. Like I could potentially do that where I like line up an LA trip to coincide with Lightbox Expo. But I guess like for me, like while I enjoy the vibes and culture of conventions, I haven't just attended one as an attendee in so long because like I get my fill out of it already when I I feel like I get my fill from it when I table. Obviously, it's extremely different, but I've never been someone who like attended panels or like signatures or like meet and greets or anything like that. So for me, like I like conventions to see the cosplays, interact with people, and look at artwork and buy artwork from like artists. And I get to do all those things when I'm tabling, so and then also I'm there to like make money. So yeah, I don't know if I would ever like attend just as a guest anytime soon. Or attendee. Guest makes it sound more like an invitation. If I was invited, that'd be a whole different story. What's your favorite monthly fave spread so far? Oh, I think March. Which is a shame because that was a while ago now. The March spread was so, everything just like went together so well. Hold on, let me pull it out here. It just like felt so cohesive. There we go. The March spread, like, other than the slippers, well, the slippers went like color wise though, but like just the edgy energy from all the things that I was into that month, like it, or that I included in the spread, just worked so well. And the colors are just super fun. I like the paneling. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite spread. Yes, this is Hyunjin from Stray Kids, Geto from the Jujutsu Kaisen movie, and Charlie XCX's album Crash. Oh, Mang breaks the vibe. I know, it's so funny because everything's like edgy and dark, and then there's just these like adorable J-Hope Mang slippers, but I had to include them because I freaking love them so much. But the colors work, so it's okay. Did you watch the new Bleach episode? Oh my god. Yo, sorry. I'm like, now the feral energy is coming out. I was so hyped for the Bleach episode. Or am. It is. Am. Was. Yes, I did watch it. Obsessed. Like, they packed so much into the episode. The first episode, they like just like hit the ball, hit the ground running. There we go. English. And the animation looks so good. And the style looks so like spot on. I hate when the style is like significantly different looking when they like come back to these series or whatever, but it like looks the same, but you know, in high def. Like they elevated it. It looks so good. I'm extremely excited. Anyway, sorry. Everyone who's trying to fall asleep is now awake. Have you learned anything by doing the monthly favorites? Think you'll do it again for 2023? Have I learned anything? I don't know if I've necessarily learned anything new, but I do think that it has given me some good practice on like exploring different color palettes, as well as kind of trying to coordinate a layout based off of a random assortment of things. Like the February spread, I remember specifically, I was like very pleasantly surprised at the color palette, because it just wasn't something I'd ever considered before. Like this like muted purple and muted green vibe. Like I normally like would have avoided those colors together, but then when I did this spread, I was like, oh, it actually like I'm really digging it. So that is something that I guess like have been practicing, or like has gotten good practice out of me doing these monthly spreads. For me, it's like mostly I like the kind of journaling, memory keeping of it, because, you know, the years go by so quickly and certain things you just forget about. And it's nice to have these little reminders just in this like visual way. Like the January spread, where the January spread, I loved that I included Elmo because there was this like viral kind of moment with like Elmo from Sesame Street just like losing his shit over a rock, which, you know, hysterical and makes me laugh when I think about it again. But it's something that I probably would have easily forgotten had I not specifically like drawn it on this spread. Sally, gotta go. Have a nice day. Aw, you too. Oh my god, yes, it looks and was amazing, right? Oh my god. Yeah, my high school self is like absolutely losing her mind about Bleach being back. I was always like, I feel like Naruto had always been the more popular series, because they kind of came out around the same time. And it still is. I think it definitely still is the more popular series technically. But I was always like, yo, Bleach is where it's at. I love Naruto still too, but I was always in favor of Bleach if I had to pick between Bleach and Naruto, which I think was like the unpopular opinion. Rukia, my beloved. Oh my god. I was when they finally showed the opening theme, like the opening sequence or whatever, the title sequence, the whole time I was like, where's Rukia? I was like getting increasingly more mad because I was like, where the heck is Rukia? I'm like, she is. Oh no, was it? Yeah, the opening sequence when they were like going through all the previous the highlight scenes of the characters and events that had happened, and I was like, literally this entire series wouldn't have happened without Rukia, so what the heck? And then they finally showed her like towards the end, and I was like, okay, everything's right in the world. So yeah, I love her. Hello, I'm late. Hello, it's okay. We are making our way through my spread here. I'm realizing I shouldn't have made the boots purple, because I think I'm remembering that this spread is going to be very warm, like lots of pinks and reds. Like the bottom is going to be very orange and red, so I might switch that up later, but we'll see. Does anyone have any Friday plans today? If your Friday hasn't ended yet. I thought about like reaching out to some friends to like hang out or something, but then I was like, you know what? I'm cool with just chilling today. Chilling / like cleaning my apartment after I do this live stream. I'm going to a family friend's wedding on Sunday, so it might be best to reserve my social battery for today. I'm doing my homework. Aw, well, I'm glad I could keep you company while you do your homework. I feel like Trixie's likeness was definitely easier to get because she has such a distinctive look, but Katya was a little bit trickier to get. I don't think I quite got her likeness, but that's all right. Going to dinner and a haunted hayride for my friend's birthday. Ooh, that sounds so fun. I love that you're getting to do like October-y things. Oh, what are you gonna wear to the wedding? I think I'm gonna wear a green dress that I've worn to a wedding before. It's like an emerald green, like satiny dress, that's got like a floral pattern on it. I was originally going to wear like this like long pleated skirt that I have with like a top, but the bride and groom have asked people not to wear all white or all black. So I was like, okay, never mind. So yeah, I'm gonna do, I also have this like black and white dress. It's mostly black with like slight white patterning on it. And I'm like worried that would be considered an all black outfit. So that was my other option. But again, I don't want to like run the risk of it being an all black outfit. So I was like, okay, I'll just go with the green dress to just avoid any confusion. Finish my midterm exam, catch up on work emails, make my Halloween costume. Ooh, what are you gonna be for Halloween? That's so exciting. You said you liked 17. Is there any songs you recommend? Oh my gosh, I love 17. Actually, speaking of 17, that's actually the last thing on my favorite spread here, down here, which was their concert, because I got to see them last month. There's 13 members, so I'm not going to draw all 13, so that's why it's just like a backdrop, essentially. But what do I recommend? I guess like their big track recently is Hot. That was kind of like the title track for their recent album/tour. And my favorite 17 song, I think, right now is Rock With You. And then a fan favorite, I think, or a favorite amongst the K-pop people is Don't Wanna Cry. I feel like that's probably one of their most popular songs, I think. But yeah, and then from there, I'm sure, you know, YouTube will do the rest for me, for you. But I guess it also depends on what vibe you prefer, because as K-pop goes, there's like so many different avenues. Like if you like kind of the like cuter, lighter pop stuff, or if you like kind of the edgier, more party anthems, like it just kind of depends, because every K-pop group, they always have like multiple types of like vibes. 17 carats, be the sun. Last year, my friend dressed up as a banana, and when she came to school, everyone applauded. It was amazing. I love that. I love simple costumes like that. My friends, they're twins, and they went as bananas in pajamas one year, and it was so good. It was so funny. It was so good. Hey, I'm back. What did I miss? I've been drawing some drag queens. My friend is a dentist, so I'm going with him and his whole practice. Group costume theme is Wizard of Oz. His employees took all the characters, so I'm the Yellow Brick Road. Oh my god. One, that's amazing. I really appreciate the dedication that a whole group is doing Wizard of Oz. That's amazing. Also, Wizard of Oz, like that is a good like group costume, because there's just so many like distinctive looking characters. But props to you for bringing the Yellow Brick Road. I love that. They look so good. Thank you. I love that your live stream and videos are like a time capsule. One of them came on my autoplay the other day where you said you haven't listened to 17 yet, but you check them out. I know, isn't it wild? Like, it was in a previous live stream. I was talking about a K-pop group. I don't remember which. And someone was like, isn't it so funny how like a few years ago you said you didn't listen to K-pop at all? And now it's like part of my personality practically. So it is funny when like things that I've said, things that I'm into are like they live on the internet. Time capsule is a good way of looking at it. Painting black brick lines on a yellow cape and thigh-high yellow socks and wearing a black dress or black pants / top hat under that. That's so creative. I love that. With my sister one year, we dressed as Oreo and milk, and another year as peanut butter and jelly. That's so cute. I love that. My bestie is the tornado, so we are going to be busy crafting this weekend. Oh my god. That's incredible. Are you going to watch the new Wednesday Addams show coming soon to Netflix? I probably will. It's a bummer that they aren't able to release it during October, because that just seems like the most appropriate time. But yeah, I'm sure I'll get around to watching it. I'm curious. I'll watch a little bit of it at least. I don't really place a lot of like hope on, or expectations, I guess. Like, I don't have high expectations of these like live action reboots, remakes, and stuff. I don't know why I said live action, because obviously Addams Family has been live action before. But yeah, I don't know. I never even watched the animated new movies. I just really like those like 90s ones. But even and actually, now I think about it though, the 90s ones are a remake, because the show actually is even older than that. So, or movie. It was a TV show first. Anyway, yeah, I have an attachment to the 90s ones because that's the ones that I grew up watching, but I'll give the new one a shot for sure. We stand growth here. It's been an ongoing journey. How do you decide what pencil / color pencil you use to sketch? I actually don't really decide. I pretty much almost exclusively use the red Prismacolor Cool Erase color pencil to sketch. There's two reds, but that doesn't really make a big difference. There's vermilion and there's carmine. One is slightly more orange than the other, but I think carmine technically is my favorite, but I just picked one that I have on hand. And then, yeah, I find red is the go-to because I do so many portraits, and I find that the red like just melts well with portraits, because it's like a warm color as opposed to like a blue or something. I can't draw because I have a lot of homework, and yesterday was my school, and my teacher is so mad at me because I forgot my book at home. Aw. We're all human. We make mistakes. You just have to learn from it, and, now you'll hopefully not forget your book next time, but hopefully you'll find time to draw. Live action Winx Club was an absolute mess. I've heard that everyone who is a Winx Club fan was very not on board with the live action remake. I was not a Winx person, so I don't have any attachment to it. But interestingly enough, my friend, a couple days ago, was telling me about how he actually enjoyed the Winx Club series, but he didn't grow up with Winx Club, so that was an interesting take. Like, I wonder how many people who don't have an attachment to Winx Club actually enjoyed the show or not, like, for what it was. So I thought that was an interesting viewpoint. It baffles me that some K-pop idols are like 16. Yeah, there's some of them are really young. But I mean, at the same time, like, Western music has done the same thing, right? Like JoJo, she came out when she was 13. Britney Spears was like 17, I think, when she she started on the Mickey Mouse Club first, so she was like a child. And then she was like 17, I think, in the Baby One More Time music video. So it's like, it's shocking as I get older, but at the same time I'm like, oh yeah, they've been getting pop stars pretty young for a long time. Have you heard of the band 5 Seconds of Summer? I have heard of them, but I don't listen to them, unfortunately. Is it weird when only a handful of us are participating in the chat? I low-key feel annoying as fuck right now. Oh, I'm sorry, I said the F-bomb. Don't worry. I think that like a lot of people just are like lurking, or they just have me on in the background. I'm happy to have anyone engage in the chat room because it definitely makes it easier for me to chat. And obviously I want to chat with you guys, so don't feel bad. Yeah, I think a lot of people just have no interest in actually joining the chat. They just want like background noise. So I think that's probably why. I'm doing a painting right now for school. That's cool. Awesome. I'm finally able to join again after months. Aw, thanks for joining. Trixie and Katya is really gorgeous. Thank you. Well, let's be real here. Let's be real here. All of the Winx boys are dreamy. I mean, they gotta do that, right? Ahem, New Jeans. Oh yeah, they're so young. I love New Jeans though. I mean, I say I love New Jeans. I know like they just came out and I know like 2 songs, but the 2 songs that they've released are like so catchy. I'm busy baking cupcakes. Ooh, cute. I'm working, so I'm in the background also, just like the sound of your voice. Hyen is 14. Oh my gosh, that's really young. Oof. Yes, the K-pop industry is pretty intense. I will not deny that. But the entertainment industry in general, right? Like the urn up here that I was mentioning before is in reference to Jeanette McCurdy's memoir. And she was an actress. She was a teen child actress who was like best known for being on the Nickelodeon show iCarly. I didn't watch iCarly, but I was like familiar with the show, obviously, and I was familiar with her like kind of peripherally. But yeah, her book really details just the toxicity of the entertainment industry, especially for young women. And yeah, it was sad, but also very fascinating. And also like just very happy for her that she was able to like, you know, speak her truth, and I'm sure it was very cathartic for her to write this. Hype Boy and Cookie are my new favorite songs of New Jeans. Oh, I don't think I know Cookie. I know Hype Boy, and what's the other one? In any case, I am enjoying them. Yeah, I'm working 2 deadline Monday and a behind, so you in the background keeps me voted to stay at my desk. Yay, I'm glad. I am the queen of lurk. I work at 3 a.m. until noon, so I love coming to hear your voice on Fridays and draw on my iPad in the background, on my PlayStation, on my TV in my room. Aw. Well, I'm glad that I can keep you company. It sounds weird when a boy younger than you. I'm assuming we're talking about K-pop, right? Yeah, I do agree. I'm at an age where I am going to be older than most of the groups coming out at this point. Or yeah, am significantly older than all the groups coming out. So I think that's why in terms of like deep diving, I've only like really deep dived on like BTS and 17 because they're like third generation, right? So they're like closer to my age. And then I do enjoy Stray Kids. They're 4th, so they're a little bit younger, but they're all like adults now. They're not teenagers anymore. And then the rest, I think I'll just keep casual because I don't have time. There's so much content per group. Okay. Speaking of, yeah, Katya's basically done. Yeah. Do I start the bottom? It's not that exciting because it's just like a backdrop, but might as well. Bye. I'll clean up my room and go to sleep now. It's 3 a.m. here right now. See you next stream. Thanks for joining. It's like an eye-opener when you see people who are supposedly amazing, talented, beautiful people tell us about the realness of the entertainment industry. Yes, absolutely. Do you watch Sam and Colby? They're ghost hunters on YouTube. I don't actually. I was talking about earlier, I don't really like consume, like, yeah, I don't consume true crime or horror or like really paranormal stuff. Loved meeting you at Fan Expo. You were amazing, and I hope you figured out your Wi-Fi. Oh my God. Thank you so much for coming to my table. And yes, the Wi-Fi situation was like so stressful, but what I ended up doing was graciously a person that I like had met many years ago. She was tabling like across the way from me at Fan Expo, and so she like tethered me to her Wi-Fi, which was very, very nice of her to do. The problem with that though was every time she stepped away from her table, I would lose Wi-Fi because she like you know, it was on her phone, and so she would just leave to like go eat or do something. So that was like kind of tricky, but ultimately like did the job for the most part. So very thankful to her for that. Did you listen to the new Blackpink album? If yes, what is your favorite song? Yes, I did. I enjoyed it. I haven't listened. I've listened to it like a number of times, but I'm like blanking on. I'm actually seeing Blackpink next month, which is exciting. Let's see. It's kind of a feels like a cop out. The only thing that's coming to mind is Pink Venom right now. Hold on. Let me see. Let me look at the track list here. Because I'm sure there was something else. I don't know. Maybe it is Pink Venom. That's okay. I don't know. I have to listen to it again. Katya turned out so well too. Such a cool comic-like look. Thank you. Yay, I'm glad. Yeah, I feel like she doesn't look quite as close to Katya. Because her makeup obviously is a little bit less distinctive as Trixie, but I'm glad, you know, that we can still tell that it's her, especially because she's next to Trixie here. But how do you make your drawings look so aesthetic? I wish I could draw like you. Aw. Honestly, like art is subjective, right? Like sometimes when I look at my work, I'm like, bleh. But when I look at other people's work and I'm like, that's amazing. Why can't I do that? And then they are like hard on themselves about their work. So it's like we're our own worst critics, right? So it's hard to see to see it from like somebody else's perspective. Oh my God, that's hilarious. That's good. I was so mad I figured out how to name it on the iPhone after we left. Aw. I appreciate that you were trying to help troubleshoot with me. Yeah, that was a whole... There's always something like that at conventions, unfortunately. Like just some kind of weird mishap. Okay. I am going to run to the bathroom really quick, and then we'll be back, and then we will finish out the spread. Okay, hello. I'm back. True Wi-Fi situation is a disaster. My father has an app where you can turn off the Wi-Fi device. Oh. How do you get out of an artist block? Artist block, it depends. Take a break, watch a movie, go to a museum, go on a walk. I find like doing things that inspire you but isn't actual art is a nice way of like getting back into it. I'm driving at a red light, which is why I can't talk. Oh, don't worry, no worries. Safe driving. Can you draw animals, please? I think they would look amazing in your style. Yeah, I do draw animals occasionally. I am working on my favorites spread, so unfortunately no animals were included in this favorites spread. But yeah, I do draw animals occasionally, just not as often. Also, I don't have an orange marker, and that has come up a number of times. I really need to buy one. But the Be the Sun, the like 17 concept was definitely orange forward. Like all of the merch, everything was orange. So I think I'm gonna cheat and use some paint because I really don't want to not use orange since that's like pretty crucial, I think. So we're busting out the paint. I'm gonna use gouache. Yes. Or actually, wait, do I have... I forgot that I have these Dessert brand. Ooh, okay. Maybe I can... Let's see. Hold on. Maybe I can still use markers. Let's see if... I haven't used these in a while, though, so I'm not sure if they're dried out or not. Let's give them a good shake. Favorite animal doesn't have to be pet. It kind of changes depending on when you ask me, I think. But I was at a bridal shower. Oh, I think the nib is like totally no. I think these, unfortunately, the nib is like completely dried out because I haven't used them in so long. That's a bummer. Okay, that is a dud. Never mind. I am going to use paint. Oh yeah, so I was at a bridal shower and my friend asked everyone to introduce themselves and list a favorite animal. Just so like everyone could get to know each other. And at that point, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to try and pick something that might not be said amongst everyone else. I thought about saying sloth, but I was like, I feel like someone's going to say sloth. So I said capybara because I just keep coming across those videos of them like in like Japanese zoos and stuff, and they're just chilling, living their best life, like amongst these little pools with like mandarins or something. I don't know. I just think it's so cute and funny. So that was the animal that I had mentioned. But I also really like tigers, which is like probably a pretty common favorite animal for people, but they really are so beautiful, and I enjoy drawing them because of that. And I also love like tiger motifs when it's like on, you know, t-shirts or graphics or tattoos. Like I just think they're so cool. So yeah. This is the Arteza gouache, by the way. Can't you mix your red and yellow markers? I mean, I could, but it would definitely be like pretty challenging because the amount of orange I'm going to be doing in this is a lot. Basically, like this entire background is going to be orange, more or less. So yeah, it's going to be easier for me ultimately to just use paint. And it'll look better, I think. Also, I just added tap water to it. And this is like in handmade palette that I bought from ceramic. No, wait, what are they called? Sugar Ceramics, I think is what their handle is on Instagram. Okay. Is that the right color? Perhaps. Probably. And I'll leave the heart. Oops. Maybe not. I think I might have added too much water to this mixture. It's a little bit too watery, to be honest. So I think I'm going ahead and add more paint. Sugar House Ceramics Co. Yes, that is correct. Thanks, friends. Is art your dream? It's my dream. In terms of like dream job, like dream career, is that what you mean? 'Cause that is what I do for a living, actually. Is this. I'm an artist for a living, so it is pretty cool. In high school, I was told that capybaras are the largest rodent in the world, so naturally I started calling my sister Capybara as a nickname. Oh, that's adorable, but also very funny. I hope your sister has taken humor in it. That is true. I have heard that as well. And yeah, actually at the bridal shower, when someone's the bride's aunt, she was like, "What is a capybara?" She was like, "I have no idea what that is." And then she was like, "Oh, it's like a giant. It's the largest rodent in the world." And then her aunt was like, "Ugh, gross, no." You know what? I think the other reason why this paint is like behaving all weird like this is because I gessoed it, which is great for the Posca and Molotow paint markers, but not great for the gouache. So I'm gonna commit to the rest of this, and then either I'll probably have to go over it with an acrylic gouache. Yeah, I think that's what the solution will be, because acrylic gouache, I think, will behave better. I think. I'd like to hope, anyway. They really are so cute, and my sister is fine. No lasting damage. That's good. Yeah, I think they're adorable and very funny. There's two of them, I think, at the High Park Zoo in Toronto. And there was this whole thing. High Park in Toronto is like, I want to kind of equate it to Central Park in New York, like not quite exactly the same, but like similar concept, I guess. Like it's a large park with like a lot of things going on. And So Hyde Park, there is a zoo. And apparently, yeah, the capybaras got loose. And so they were just like roaming around. It was a big, it was big news for Toronto when the capybaras got loose in Hyde Park. So I just thought that was like, now that, all things are, everything was sorted and it was totally fine, like nothing major happened. I just think the image and the idea of them just sort of roaming around Hyde Park is hysterical. Ours escaped from the zoo one year and just walked around judging everyone. That sounds about right. Whoops. Oh, okay. I have way too many things on my desk right now. Do you love BTS or Blackpink? Can I love both? I like both. I'm seeing Blackpink next month, and I love BTS. And when and if they come to Toronto, I definitely, or Ontario, I definitely will be seeing them. I love that they were able to capture them safely. Poor dudes just wanted a little vacay. Right? But we're in Florida, and I feel like everyone just expects that, though. Yeah, the wildlife in in Florida, I'm sure, is more common. It is not in Toronto. Toronto, we're just like, it's mostly pigeons and raccoons. The boy capybara came back to the zoo first, then the girl came back about a month later. She ended up with babies. Oh my god. They just went on a honeymoon. I love messy desks. I find the problem with my situation is that I'm always knocking stuff over because it gets like too crazy. So it's a bit like, it's a little bit overkill. But I do think that like when you see photos of people's like kind of messier desks, especially like artists, it is kind of satisfying because I think it says a lot about the way that they work. And it's just more interesting, but it does make actually working a little bit hectic. Okay, so that has to dry. I'm going to do the little kind of mountains and stuff in the back here next, which I will do. So the darkest color first here. Or no, I should go light to dark. That makes more sense. So earlier, someone asked me what my top 3 favorite Halloween movies were. And off the top of my head, I said Hocus Pocus, The Craft, and Beetlejuice. I would love to know what are some of your favorite Halloween movies, or even just like movies you like to watch around this time of year. Like last year, I'd watch Edward Scissorhands, which I love, but I don't think I would really consider it technically a Halloween movie. If anything, maybe it's more of a Christmas movie because there's like snowy scenes. And like there's a bit where it takes place on Christmas. I live in a fairly large city, like 300K residents in the city limits. During the beginning of the pandemic, when everyone was staying home, a random bear made one of the city parks his new home. Oh my God. Wow. That's incredible. I mean, I hope everything turned out okay, but wow, that would be quite the city news, I imagine. I love the good old Halloween Simpsons episodes. Oh yeah, those are classic. They like make such like they make so many good references, right? Nightmare Before Christmas, a classic. Coraline, of course, of course. I was I was out shopping with my friend and we were talking about Halloween movies and the store owner, we were at a vintage shop. He was like, question for you, is Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie? And I was like, obviously it's both, and you can go ahead and just watch it in November. And then he was like, oh yeah, I watch it in November too. Which I thought was very funny. Halloween Town. Yeah, too. Do you have embarrassing moments in school? Let's be honest, I have a lot embarrassing moments in school. Rocky Horror Picture Show. Oh yeah. Maybe it's French, but it's scary somehow. Do I have any embarrassing moments from school? Of course, of course. Is there anything that I want to relive and tell all of you, though, is the question. Let me think. Honestly, nothing's coming to mind, actually. Yeah, I don't know why I can't think of anything right now. There definitely is. Yeah, I can't think of anything. I binge the entire Twin Peaks series every year, always starting on autumn equinox, and many donuts and cups of coffee and episodes later ending on Halloween. That's amazing. I love that ritual. Rocky Horror, yes, yes, yes. Period stories from high school are, oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm sure that I've like had annoying period situations at school. I can't think of anything right now, but I'm sure I had. Technically, Song of the Sea is set during Halloween, so really? Oh, interesting. I love that movie. It's so beautiful and sweet. But that's definitely not something I ever would associate with Halloween. But that is a good movie choice, regardless. Okay, this is dry now. I think, do I leave it? How do we feel about it? It's like super patchy, but so is this. I don't know. Do I leave it patchy? Do I go over it a second time? Maybe I'll just go over it a second time with the same gouache. And then if it's like a hot mess, then I'll go in with an acrylic gouache. Did I put the paint away? No, it's here. Okay. Twin Peaks is too scary for Tina. It might be. You're probably right. I have never seen it before. I am a big baby when it comes to horror movies. Okay, paintbrush. Where did I put it? Yeah, I haven't watched Rocky Horror in a while. I should watch that soon. I feel like I watched Coraline pretty recently. Well, I say recently, but I think I watched it like last year. It's older though and not too spooky. Okay, fair enough. I would like to say, or I guess my what I tell people now is like my spooky threshold is Stranger Things, and my tolerance for like gore is like Quentin Tarantino, but not Django. Django was pretty hard. Like I watched it, but there was some scenes that were pretty hard in there. But yeah, I have heard obviously amazing things about Twin Peaks. Like that's obviously like a cult favorite. And particularly people really love the costumes, right? Oh, okay, yeah. This is not because I've gessoed the paper, the gouache just like hates it. So I am going to let that bit dry and I will use acrylic gouache instead. The problem is I don't know if I have any empty palettes that I can use right now. They're all like covered in paint right now, like in other types of paint. I need more palettes. I'll just use like a scrap piece of paper or something. I think Stranger Things is more spooky in some ways. Twin Peaks is like comedy with a dark edge. Oh, okay. That probably will suit me better. Or not better, but like will suit me more than I thought that it would. Because I literally didn't know anything about Twin Peaks. So that is good to know. Have you seen Puppy Cat or Bee and Puppy Cat? Yeah. Bee and Puppy Cat. I remembered watching a few episodes of it like when it first, like the first time it like came on YouTube, and I thought it was so cute. I watched the first episode on Netflix. I know it's like, I think it got reworked or something, but it's so cute. Over the Garden Wall. Yeah, I love Over the Garden Wall. That is definitely a good Halloween vibe show to watch. I should watch that. Garfield's Halloween Adventure, Disney's Halloween Treat, Disney's DTV Monster Hits. I used to watch those all the time before I taped over them other shows. Aw. But yes, Over the Garden Wall is, great. All right, let me find an orange paint. I don't even have an orange paint. I'll have to make orange. Orange is just not a color that I gravitate towards. Okay, we're just going to use the scrap watercolor paper. That's okay. Horror films scare me as well, but I'm okay with horror games for some reason. Oh, interesting. Maybe with horror games, it's like you are in control of the situation. So maybe that makes it easier to navigate. I don't know. Yeah, I always save the live streams, or I have them up publicly after the fact, unless there's like some kind of weird technical difficulty, which I have had in the past like once before, but generally they all end up living on the internet, on my channel. So if you are not able to watch the whole thing, they will be available for you to watch later. I just realized using a scrap piece of paper for this is not a good idea because I want to add water to it usually, but we are just we're gonna do it anyway. It is a watercolor paper at the very least, but living on the edge today. These Liquitex gouaches, like, they like made the top like this like nozzle bit, which in theory seems great, but they get clogged and dry out, and then I can't, and I don't want to like dig around. So I end up just opening them and like scooping the paint out, which is honestly so annoying. I definitely prefer just like a typical tube format. So if you're looking to buy gouache, I don't recommend the Liquitex for that reason. Okay. Ooh. Color is pretty close. Nice, nice. Probably gets dried out inside too when it starts to get low. Yeah, that's pretty likely. Yeah, because it's like it probably doesn't seal perfectly. But yeah, the Holbein and the Turner's gouache, they both just have like a typical tube, which I much prefer. Whoops. Yeah, this paint I think is still a little bit too thick, but I'm worried about adding too much water to this. Today we are a little bit off the rails here, but anytime I have to introduce paint, it's a little bit more hectic, but yeah, this is so thick. Oh well. Rise of the Guardians works as Easter, Christmas, and Halloween movie all in one. That is very true. That is an underrated movie. I really liked that one. Remember for a hot minute when everyone was shipping Jack Frost with Elsa? What a time. Oh, hey, how are your plants doing? You know, they are doing okay. My friend recently gifted me her money tree because she moved. She moved out of Toronto, so she was like, I don't want to transport the plants with me. And so she gave me her money tree. And I was like, okay, the pressure is on. I don't want to kill your plant. She said that she was giving it 2 ice cubes a week. And I was like, okay, I will, me being a not plant person, I don't think she's really much of a plant person either, but I was like, okay, I will take your word for it. I will try that. And then I could tell it was slowly dying. And I was like, oh my God, this is not good. And then so I told my friend about it, who is like a plant expert, basically, plant enthusiast. And he was like, oh my God, do not do the ice cube thing. Never do the ice cube thing. It's like the cold temperature like shocks the roots. So that is a no-no. And he told me to not do that. And so I think it's better now. I think his advice was correct. And I think it's slowly coming back to life. Yes, I was one of those shippers. I'm glad I can bring back a core memory for you. Yeah, I do feel like that in games you can get rid of the thing that scares you most of the time. Resident Evil being a great example. Oh yeah, that probably does help get rid of the fears because you're like, I'm in control. I can kill the thing. Whereas when you're watching a movie, you're subjected to like, the characters on screen, which are, because it's a horror movie, usually they're not very smart. Oh god, the cubes. Yeah, they don't like cold water. Plant gets some energy from relationships, so it's actually not bad for them to die. It works when it's hot out, but I guess, yeah, it'll freeze and stress the root system. Yes. So, yeah. So I think the ice cube thing, I'm assuming maybe people recommend it in terms of like, that's like the right quantity of water. Maybe. I don't know. But I am going to take his word and not do the ice cube thing, because he is like, he owns lots of plants and he's like, I think he definitely knows what he's doing. So yeah, he told me with the money tree he was like, is the soil dry? And I was like, yes. And then he said, to run it, like get the soil completely wet, like under like just like running water, and then let it drain, make sure it's in like a pot that can drain. And then whenever the soil is dry, just repeat. So that is what I'm going to do. And so far, it looks like it is doing okay. Let it dry out in between. Yeah, that's what he said. Because it's like, the worst is to overwater a plant, because then it rots and then there's like no turning back. So usually my problem is I'm under watering because I'm really worried about that. So yes. The key to not overwatering your plants is to have too many plants to water at once. It's not good at all. Most of the time people do it to tropical plants too, which should never have that much cold. Perfect advice on watering from him. Yeah, people do that for orchids too, but they like lots of warmth and humidity. It doesn't make any sense. I'm back. Hello, welcome back. I just read about putting leftover or expired fish food in the plants as fertilizer because it's high in nutrients. I'm going to try it on my snake plant that is on a death's door. Oh, that's really interesting. Yeah, I have, again, I'm like such a plant newbie. I haven't really ventured into like the nutrients and that kind of thing, but again, like I mean, obviously all of you can help me if I have questions, but also my plant friend, I will go to him for advice on those things. What's your favorite Halloween candy? Ooh, this is still a little bit damp. Good question. I think, because I'm more of like a chocolate person than a candy person. Like I know some people consider like Halloween chocolates as candy, but I consider candy like, like gummies and hard candies and stuff, lollipops, that kind of thing. So my favorite Halloween like thing is I love Reese's Pieces. They're so good. Which actually, this thing that I'm painting right now actually is giving Reese's Pieces vibes because of the orange and the brown. But yeah, that's my fave. And then if we are going for like actual candy, I used to really love just like the classic red lollipop. But I'm definitely more of a chocolate person than a candy person. What's your opinion on candy corn? I can't recall the last time I've had candy corn. I'm not even sure if I remember what it tastes like, but I don't think I liked it from what I remember because I definitely did not have it very often. It looks so cute though. Like when you think of Halloween, you think of candy corn. Like that's a staple aesthetic because of the colors, but I don't remember liking it. I could be wrong though. Maybe I should try it again. Okay, so I have to let that dry and then I'll do the Be the Sun text. I have all this paint. Don't you hate when you have like paint left over and you're like, what can I do with this paint? I could do the text title at the top. Although that would definitely be easier with the paint marker than with the paintbrush, but I'm kind of dedicated to using up this paint, so I think I'm going to do it anyway. Licorice and candy corn or a nope. Ooh, yeah, I know for sure I do not like licorice. That is not my vibe. I love Oreos. LOL, I know it's random candy. Oh, Oreos are so good. I don't think I've ever gotten that when I went trick-or-treating as a kid, though. I do love Oreos, though. And Oreo, like anything. Oreo, like cookies and cream ice cream. Oreo anything is always a win in my books. Are you giving out candy this year? I'm not. I've never given out candy, mainly because I live in an apartment building. I know like some buildings do give out candy, I think. But I've never lived in a building that does that, so I am not giving out candy. But I am doing Halloween things. So far I have 3 proposed Halloween things, I guess. One is like a casual movie night with some friends, where we will just like chill and do takeout and watch a movie. We haven't picked a movie yet, but I'm toying with the idea of potentially Practical Magic. And then, of all things, I'm going to a BTS Halloween dance party, which I'm like, what the heck? This is amazing. So I'm pretty excited for that. And then in Toronto, there's like a big block party that happens in the village for Halloween. They basically just like shut down the street for like 3 blocks and turn it into a giant party. Halloween party. So that'll be very fun. They haven't had them in the few years because of the pandemic, so I'm very excited for its return. Yeah, Oreo, like everything in my life. The packaging, they have a tutorial on how to make a milkshake Oreo, which is, oh, that would be good. Yum. Yeah, so for the Halloween block party thing, I was mentioning earlier that my friends and I are going as different eras of Britney Spears, which will be fun. And then for the BTS Halloween thing, I am probably gonna go as a clown as a nod / reference to J-Hope's Jack in the Box album concept, which will be very fun. So I'm low-key, like in my brain, like trying to brainstorm like what kind of clown makeup I want to do, which I'm looking forward to. I've been a clown for Halloween before, actually. Just like a typical, or a generic clown. Mostly because I bought this pink wig to be Kimchi, the drag queen, one year. And then the year following, I was like, I need another excuse to wear this pink wig. And so, yeah, I was a clown. So yeah, 2 years in a row, I blocked my eyebrows out using a glue stick. Having the text like going over Trixie here, and with this font, it definitely gives me like magazine editorial vibes. Yeah, but this might be the first live stream in a while where I'm finishing. I think I'm going to be able to finish the entire spread during the stream. I think most of the time I end up having to finish the rest later off camera or something, but I think I might actually be able to finish the whole thing with you guys, so that's exciting. I don't know if the chat is either lagging or we're all just chilling. I can't tell. Don't forget to drink water. Thank you, thank you. Yes, I've got my water here. I probably need to refill it soon. Also, friendly reminder for everyone else to drink your beverage as well. Stay hydrated, friends. You can make a zine that looks like a fashion magazine with fan art of your favorite characters in iconic outfits. Big chillin', much hydrate. We are just chillin', don't worry. Yeah, I love that. I think that's really fun. I've definitely enjoyed drawing fan art of characters that I like in kind of modern streetwear. I don't know if you guys know, but Dolce and Gabbana, they apparently did a collaboration with Jujutsu Kaisen, which I was like, wait, what? This is wild. And that actually got me inspired to draw some more fan art of the characters in like modern wear. Not the Dolce and Gabbana stuff specifically, but just like that vibe. But yeah, I was like, wow, this is a collaboration that I was not expecting. Your other zine I bought is everything. Aw, thank you. I have an energy drink, LOL, Mountain Dew Energy. The flavor is strawberry melon spark. Whoa, I've never heard of that before. I'm like familiar with Mountain Dew, of course, but I've never heard of that variation, I guess. Yep, just chillin'. I'm collecting references of portraits to study from during my free time this weekend. I'm trying to improve on my portrait drawing. Ooh, that's awesome. Good for you. Yeah, honestly, like that's a big part of being an artist that I think like people often forget about or don't like take into account is like just all of the time and effort you spend researching, finding reference photos. Like that does take up a lot of time. So that is very productive and I give you props because that'll be future you will be very, very glad to have that work done. If you have other sketchbook, you can use leftover paint on one of the pages, then paint it dry and draw stuff about Halloween on it. Yes, I do that. Like in sketchbooks, I like to, if I have paint left over, I'll do like a big block for like a background for a potential sketchbook thing in the future. This orange is pretty strong though. But we'll see. I might end up using enough of it here that I will be okay with it. But yes, that is a good suggestion because I do agree. I've definitely done that before. Oh, we're getting into like, we're starting to go off track here, but I think it's okay. I will just... I have room, I think, so it should be all right. I don't know every flavor, but I do know that Mountain Dew has energy drinks. I haven't had an energy drink or Mountain Dew in a very long time. I'm not sure my boss would agree it's productive, but I just can't with my work emails right now. That's fair. I mean, I don't know if Grace is still here, but my friend Grace spent her work day making me a K-pop playlist. So, I mean, you know, it's all good. What do you think about AI art? I think it was a mistake. Yes, I agree. I don't like that. I don't like the AI art thing. I don't like it. Do you plan on watching Chainsaw Man? I did. I watched the first episode. It's so good. I have not read the manga. Obviously had heard about it a lot. So I was very excited about catching the anime. And it did not disappoint. It is very cool. Looking forward to seeing the rest. I love Pochita. He is very cute. Have you ever drank lemonade? I would like to give a try because the first time I was so disgusted. Really? I like lemonade. I think maybe like why did you find it gross? Like was it too sour? Like then you can just try one that's like more with more sugar, or was it like just too intense? Maybe you can have more ice in it. You know, because I think like not all lemonade is created equal. And like everyone's preferences are going to be different, right? Like when I drink a coffee, I put a little bit of sugar or some kind of sweetener in it and a little bit of milk, but like some people prefer their coffee black. So you know, everyone's got their own preferences on their drinks. I love the way you simplify and stylize noses. I've been struggling with noses so much. Yeah, noses took me a while as well because I spent so long in my high school years, just like, or my tween years, I should say, drawing anime stuff and like in an anime, like a typical anime style, I guess. And you know, obviously most of the time the noses are like extremely stylized and so simple, like they're almost non-existent sometimes. So it took me a while to like come around to finding a way to like make them a little bit more representative. But yeah, a lot of it came down to just and this goes for stylization of the portrait in general, is just like studying lots of different artists, but also doing studies from real photos and real people. So, and then you just find like a middle ground somewhere. Okay, that's that. And then, oh, I need to do the text for the Be the Sun. Right. Yes. Okay, let's put this somewhere where I'm not gonna get paint everywhere. I mean, I like it, but aftertaste is like drinking sugar. Yeah, lemonade is definitely very sweet because like it's so sour originally, so then there's a lot of sugar put into it. So, I mean, some people just don't really like a lot of sugary drinks, which is fine. It's probably bad for you because a lot of sugar is not good. Yeah, maybe you just need like a more diluted version, more ice or something. Okay, last thing. I mean, honestly, we're like basically done. I don't think it's very exciting for you guys to watch me do the text for the bottom here. So I think it is safe to say we are going to call it a day here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, everyone. It was very fun. I am quite pleased with how Trixie and Katya came out. And yeah, even though technically this is the September spread, it definitely, because of all the orange, is giving very October Halloween vibes, which is kind of funny. I will definitely have this live stream up for the public if you want to catch the whole thing or if you want to watch it later. And I hope that everyone has a great evening or day wherever you're at. And I will be posting at least one video before Halloween. So I was going to say I was going to wish everyone a good Halloween, but I will be posting a video. Another month down and many more to go. Have a good day and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Yes, bye. Hope you have a good day. Yes. I think, is that everything I wanted to say? Pretty much. Yeah, if you guys are interested in checking out, I'm going to be probably starting my podcast on my Patreon soon. So look out for that. And yeah, oh yeah, have a good weekend, everybody. The weekend's coming up, so yeah, have a good weekend. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.